When you pray, gratitude is one of your best spiritual weapons. I was very blessed in that I was able to go to Catholic schools for 15 years. And in that time, I really came to enjoy the theology classes, and especially in junior high is really when I started to dig into them. And with that came the thought of the priesthood. And I pushed it away, at first because, you're a seventh grader, it's not all that cool. And those kind of big life decisions, they'll come down the road. And so I just kind of put it in the back of my mind. But I always knew that there was, spiritual power behind that thought. I didn't know how to explain it at the time, but there was like an elation, I would say. And, it made me feel really good whenever I would go back to that thought. But again, I would just keep pushing it away. And then fast forward to high school, and of course the classes got tougher, and I started to like them more. And I found myself in a struggle just to be a good person. And in that struggle, I really heard God's voice. What really happened was Psalm 110 hit me right when I needed it. And that's, you are a priest forever, a priest like Melchizedek of old. And so again, there was that same kind of spiritual power behind it. And it was just what I needed to hear at the time. But even then, I was still hesitant, and I kind of pushed it to the back of my mind. And under the guidance of some very good teachers and a trip to Rome with St. Mary's, I decided at least to pursue a degree in philosophy and theology at the University of Mary. And so then when I got there, things were going very well. I found myself in Rome again for a semester this time. And in that experience, I really kind of figured it out that God's will is really what's best for you. And that, whatever you do, if it's not God's will, it's going to be marred. And so, I'd rather you be miserable and have it be God's will than, have everything the way I wanted it. So I decided to just take the plunge and surrender. And that's when I found myself in the seminary.